Hey, it's Andrew, and today I'm gonna try streaming on Twitch with a Steam Deck and a Mac Studio. When I was 16, I got a PS4. I was super into games and competitive Call of Duty, and the PS4 could do something new that consoles hadn't necessarily been doing quite yet, and it allowed you to natively stream to Twitch from the console itself. On the back was a proprietary port, which was kind of weird, for the PlayStation camera. I picked one of those up, plugged it in, I had a face cam, and I was streaming. I streamed on and off for a handful of years to differing levels of success and viewership, and I always had a blast.
I'm shotted. Oh!
I did drop streaming though for a good while to focus on things like this YouTube channel, and now that I've grown it to a couple thousand subscribers, I kind of want to go back to streaming because it's a great way to interact with you guys and hang out and have fun. The problem though is I don't actually have a PC like I used to, or a PS4 either like I used to, so I'm stuck in a little bit of a hole where I have to be able to stream using a Mac Studio, which is what I use to do all of my creative work, and I have to game off of a Steam Deck, which is the thing I use to play games. But with all of the previous experience streaming and the know-how around all of the software and the technology, I think I can get these set up to work. I'm gonna try and do this thing so you guys can all kind of follow along, just in case you do want to set up something similar. And note that any accessories that I do use to make this work, I will put in the description, and you don't have to use the same stuff I use. You can use any microphone or capture card or Mac. So let's figure this out. So like I kind of said earlier, the game plan is for me to be playing video games on the Steam Deck, and then I need the games and audio from that Steam Deck to go to the Mac, so the Mac can broadcast it and show my software, show the Twitch chat, that kind of stuff. This poses a couple problems though, and since we're talking about Twitch here and doing a whole Twitch stream thing, make sure to go to the description and follow my Twitch channel. The Steam Deck is the simplest part of this. I just need the game that I'm playing to be on my monitor so I can play it, but I also need it to be on my Mac with audio so I can broadcast it, obviously. And to do this, I need a handful of tools, one being the Steam Deck dock. And this is the first party one that Valve sells. It's not a third party. You can probably use any dock because the most important thing here simply is just the HDMI. I do also need one more tool though, and that is going to be a capture card. I have the Elgato HD60X. Pretty sure you can just use any capture card here because we don't actually need the throughput, which I don't even need to explain. I kind of want to get the Game Capture Neo because it's really small and white and cute. I like it a lot. This one I got just because it was the only one at Best Buy when I went to get a capture card to do this video. So choose any capture card you want, should work. Getting the Steam Deck onto the dock though, we need to make sure it's always charged for the stream. So we have to plug it in and we have to power the dock. I'm kind of out of wall plug space. So unfortunately I've got to plug this to the power surge protector that is under my desk and is mounted to it. So I'm just shoving it in there. Please ignore all the cables. I've been plugging in a lot of new stuff lately and it's a bit of a mess. I haven't had time to redo my cable routing and fix up my cable management, but either way, it's powered and we're good to go for the Steam Deck. Capture card is the next step, and capture cards are super simple. They generally only have 3 ports. It is HDMI in, HDMI out, and USB-C. We HDMI from the dock directly into the capture card and then USB-C that out to the Mac into the little Thunderbolt dock dealio I've got going. And now we should be able to see the footage that's going on the Steam Deck on the Mac as an external display that I can add to any type of source I might need. You can also go HDMI out of the capture card into the monitor. That makes it though, so you might need a higher end capture card if you're trying to get high frames, high resolution out of the capture card as well. We don't really need to do this with PCs generally because you can just plug a display port into the monitor or another HDMI into the monitor and use mirroring displays. That allows you to subvert the capture card a little bit and still get max frames and resolution out of your own cable. That doesn't really matter for the Steam Deck, so if you want to HDMI out of it, you're all good to go. Even the lowest end capture card is going to do 1080p, 30 FPS, which is going to be what you're getting on a Steam Deck anyway. So now all we got to do is just plug the HDMI out of the capture card into the monitor and we should get a picture. Yes, okay, so it's working. Controller wise, I was thinking about using a wireless controller. You can use any controller you want, but I really like the Steam Deck ergonomic, so I'm just gonna hold the Steam Deck and use that as my controller when I play on the monitor. Now we move over to the Mac. The Mac is a little bit more difficult than the Steam Deck, mainly because the Mac does not support audio desktop drivers for OBS, which is the software that I use to stream. This means the software like Spotify or Safari or Discord, I won't be able to send audio from them to the stream, which means I can't listen to music, you guys can't hear the music, can't really talk to people on stream, that kind of problem. Luckily, Elgato has another solution. The Stream Deck Plus is something I've actually owned for years and I just use without streaming because it allows me to control system volume, hotkey, open different web pages I use a lot, control lights, fans, all that kind of stuff. It's a great macro automation button system that I really like. But the Stream Deck Plus allows you to use a software called Elgato Wave Link. And Wave Link is a mixing and routing software for audio. And this solves our problem because it means it allows me to send something like Spotify into Wave Link, and then Wave Link can send it back to OBS, provide music to the stream or a YouTube video or game audio, Discord audio, all the stuff I could need to be in the stream. Like I said, my streaming software of choice is OBS. I do not use Streamlabs OBS because I really don't like it. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm also not gonna deep dive into OBS in this video. I will do a video in a couple weeks where I do go deep into OBS and teach you pretty much everything you could possibly need to know in that software to successfully stream, but that video later down the line, so make sure you subscribe so you can see it when it comes out. Getting into OBS, there's a handful of things I need to do, but the first one is going to the desktop audio track and switching that over to Wavelink so I can make sure that Wavelink is where all my audio mixing is gonna happen. Second is connecting my Twitch to OBS, which I'm old school. I do the stream key thing. Just go over to Twitch, copy your stream key, paste it into OBS, and you're all good to go. I know everybody just connects their account now, but I still prefer the stream key thing. Then I need to make some scenes for OBS. Scenes are the overall visuals that you see on OBS, and they're different scenes, different sequences. I generally set 2 scenes, a full cam scene for just chatting when I'm hanging out with the chat, and then the other one is obviously gameplay with a webcam and all the alerts and stuff. So to set up my gameplay scene, I start by adding the capture card that I already set up with the Steam Deck by going to video capture devices, selecting it, and then opening it up. It is now on the OBS canvas, size it to fit the window, and I'm golden. Second thing I do is a webcam. I'm using the OBSBot Tiny 2, one of my favorite webcams ever. So I just add that in, size it down a little bit, and it's all set up. I also like to do a little bit of a colorful border around my webcam. I feel like most people do. To do that, you just go to add another thing, add a color source, make it whatever color you want, and then you just do a ton of resizing, moving stuff around to make it fit, look exactly how you want. And now this is starting to look like a Twitch stream. So now let's get the audio situation under control. For one, I need the microphone. I have an old dynamic microphone sitting around in my closet that I used to use for streaming. I just throw that on a nifty little desk stand, plug that into a Scarlett Solo USB interface, and now I've got a microphone set up with the Mac Studio. That's all good. So now it's time to jump into Wavelink. And Wavelink is pretty simple. It bases all of its mixing and routing concepts around the fact that you're gonna have 2 outputs, one output to your stream and one output to your headphones or speakers, wherever you want it to be. So I can add Spotify, for instance, to play music, and then I can individually set the volumes to my headphones and to OBS, so I don't have to listen to super loud music if I'm focused on a game, and you guys can have a nice background track. And that works the same for Safari or for Discord. I can set volume for people in the stream and volume in my own headphones, so there's no interlacing, mismatched weirdness. And once I have all that set up, I have the volume set to how I want them, and I won't go into it, but you can add any audio effects like EQs, compressors you want. If you add all of those, once you got all of that done, you can then just send it straight to OBS and your mixing is all handled. I also forgot that I had purchased a transition for my OBS years ago. So I went into my email, tracked that down, downloaded it, and then I went over to the Stinger panel, added the file of the transition, added a little bit of delay, and now this is how my scene transitions look. The last thing you gotta do to make the stream pretty much complete is add alerts. There's tons of services that offer alerts. My personal favorite is Stream Elements. It's pretty simple. You just link your account and then you can just set stuff up. I always like there to be a little animation or something in a jingle whenever I get a follow, subscriber, that kind of stuff. Just makes it more exciting. So go in there, play around with the different options they have, or add your own. I have a handful of them that I used to like a lot, that I used when I streamed back in the day. So all I've got to do is go in, copy the link, add it to browser source in my scenes, and then you're pretty much good to go. You just size them around, move them where you want. Stream Elements allows you to send like a fake subscriber or fake follow to the account that's not real, but it tests the alerts so you can see how they're gonna look and sound. And once you finalize that, you're pretty much done. You're ready to stream. So now I've just got to post on social media so you guys know I'm gonna go live at this time, and now we can see how this stream setup worked. No promises I'm gonna be some good old gamer. Okay. Oh no! Holy, you just threw that through my bubble. Can you go away? No. All right, boom. Oh my God, I am not high enough level to take this. Whoa, whoa. I haven't beat this boss yet, but I think I've went through the dungeon enough times that I can. Oh, no. Okay. There we go. All right, first time beating him. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What? Oh. Have a good one, Mike. I'll see you next time. April Andrew is back, and I've just got to say, after watching over all that again, it is crazy to think I was streaming on a Mac. I do specifically remember looking over at the left monitor and seeing Mac windows and just being confused because it's just something I have never done, and it's frankly awesome. I think I'm going to start streaming a lot more. I will figure out a schedule that I'll start putting in the videos, so if you guys ever do want to hang out, you can hop in. Best way to catch me, though, is to go follow me on Twitch and turn on the notifications there so you know when I go live. Also, under the link to my Twitch channel in the description is a Discord link if you guys want to join a Discord and start up this little community with me. That's going to be it for the video, though. Either way, if you learned something or you didn't, just enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. That would mean the world to me. I want to say thank you to D Sanchez for being a member on this channel. I don't do Patreon or anything. I just stick to YouTube members so you guys can be a part of the channel with me. If you want to be a part of the channel and support the content, please consider joining. It's a huge help. There is a link right next to the subscribe button, and there's a link in my description. And hey, thank you so much for watching this video. Peace.